The targeted selective treatment, or TST approach, is based on the happy factor algorithm developed by the Modern Research Institute and tested at SRUC. Its aim is to identify which lamb needs treatment based on its weight. This step-by-step video shows how to use a TST on your farm using the Agri platform and a true test weighhead.
Before you start, weigh your lambs. These weights will be used to generate target weights for your next weighing. Next, save your first weights as a CSV file on your computer. Connect your TrueTest to the computer and open up the TrueTest data link software. On the left, select the files that you want under Session Files, and then click the Get Information Off Device button. Choose Get Selected Session Files. Click Next. Choose Save Selected Sessions. Click Next. Then choose the folder you want to save them in and change the type to TrueTest CSV file. You will need to create a new group for each group of lambs that you have. To do this, log on to the Agri website and go onto the dashboard. Scroll down to the bottom of the screen and you'll find the Groups tab. Click Create. Then enter a name for your group. You choose the field, click here, and then pick which field that they're in. And if you need to backdate it, you can backdate it here. Just find the date in the calendar that you moved the sheep into the field. Then click Save, and it'll bring that group up at the bottom of the table here. To find the ID number for each of your fields, click on the Fields tab on the left, and this will show the map of your farm with all of your field boundaries marked in. Click on each of the fields and it will show you the ID number that's been assigned to it. This one's F55. I've added in our field names that we use on our farm, which makes it a lot easier to see them when you're looking for them in your list. To do this, go up to the top of the page, click Edit, and you've got the whole list here of all your fields. Just find the number of the right field and add your name. And click Save Changes and click Fields again, and it brings up the list down here with all of your names added. Next, you need to load the weight file for these lambs. So if you go to the Agri dashboard, go down to the bottom right hand side of the screen and find where it says Upload to Ignite. Click on Choose File and then select your file, click Open and choose the group. Click Upload and it will open the Sheep Needing Attention page. At this stage you can just ignore that page, go back to the dashboard, and if you find that group, click View, you'll see the weights you've loaded. You will also need to input a grass reading for the field that you've put your sheep into. You can either do this on the website or using the phone app. If you're doing it on the website, then go to the Fields tab and on your map, find the field you've put them in and click on it. Then click View Field. If you scroll down to the bottom, you can choose Add New Grass Quantity Reading. Add your reading. And then you can change the date. You need to backdate it. You can backdate the reading on the website, but you can't do it in the app. You can only add it that day if you're using the app. Whenever you move the group to a new field, then you should update the grass readings. You'll need to add a grass reading on the date that you moved the lambs into the field. So you just click Save, and then it'll load the new grass reading. When the group is moved to a new field, go onto the dashboard, find your groups, and click Edit. Delete the previous field and choose your new field. You can change the date if needed. Just choose the correct date on the calendar. Scroll down and click Save, and it'll show the new field next to your group here. You should also update the grass readings with your grass reading for the new field when you've done this. Before you weigh the lambs for your first TST session, you have to download your target weights. You can either do this the night before or the morning that you're weighing the lambs. Go onto the Agri Ignite dashboard and scroll down to the bottom right, find the Download to True Test button. Select the group that you want to download, click Download. This will save the CSV file in the download section of your computer. Next, you have to load these target weights you've just downloaded onto your True Test. If you connect your True Test to the computer and open up the True Test data link, the top left-hand corner, select the button Put Information onto Device, choose Session Files, and then find your target weights that you've downloaded. They should be in your Downloads folder. And this has transferred your target weights onto your True Test. In the Fanc, set up the drafting settings that you'll use. This is an example of the drafting setup that we used, using the drafting by multiple advanced criteria. You can alter this depending on your setup and what else you want to do with the ewes and lambs while they're in the Fanc. When each lamb enters the weigh crate, its weight is compared to the target weight that you have loaded. If the weight is more than the target weight, then it is a happy lamb and does not need wormed. If the weight is less than the target, it is a sad lamb and it should be wormed. We also chose to split the sad lambs into different weight categories to allow us to use a more accurate dose rate. Worm the sad lambs. These are the lambs that have not met their target weights. When you're back at your computer, download the CSV file from the True Test as you did with your first weights, and then go onto the Agri Ignite dashboard and load your new weights onto the group. If you choose the file, then select your groups and click Upload again. Next, go back onto the dashboard, and at the top in the middle there's the Animals Needing Attention box. If you click View All, and then this loads your SAD list. This will probably include some ewes as well if you've weighed them along with the lambs, so just ignore the ewes. You can sort the list going by their ear tag number, which can be quite useful, or their weight. And you can also search using this button up here for a specific lamb tag if you need to. If you scroll down to the bottom, you have the option to select or deselect all, and then select the lambs that you've treated. Scroll back down to the bottom, and you can apply the treatment here at the bottom. So if you select which wormer you've used from this drop-down list, and add your quantity and your batch number, and you can add the name of the person who administered it, as well as your expiry date, and then choose the date that you wormed these lambs. And then click Submit. This has then added the treatment to those lambs that you've wormed. Repeat these steps for each TST weighing session.